Hey everyone, it's Jason. Today we're going to play, this is a bad image of it, but we're going to play Let's Go to Japan. I'm going to play with my wife. This is the first time I've done tried doing a how to play, or not how to play, but a playthrough video like this, so if it doesn't turn out well, or the sound's hard to hear, or you can't see everything, I apologize. This is just kind of a quick setup. Part one of this video, we're going to go through just trying to set up the game, figure out gameplay, and then I'll do start a part two or start playing. I'm not going to be talking to you guys as the audience. I'm just going to be playing the game. So, good luck with that. Alright. So, what we have here is, during each turn, it'll tell you how many cards up here we're going to draw. So, one from each deck. And then we play one card, pass one card. When you pass a card, you put it here. Then the next turn, same. Then when we get to 4, you'll pick up all 4 cards. So, at the end of every turn, you won't have any cards in your hand. On the top of every card will be symbols, which will show you what your points are, and this is how many points you will score. And these are all scored at the end of the game. And the bottom will be your highlight of the day. So when you're playing cards down, I'll just draw 3 of these for example. So if I put one on Wednesday, and then my next turn I want to place another one on Wednesday, I can place it either below it or above it, anywhere, as long as you're not physically moving that one, like switching with another one. So if I have these 2, I can't swap these 2 cards. So once a card goes on top, you can no longer go back to the top. You only get 3 cards per day. You can play them in any day, doesn't matter. But once you have the 3rd card, you can't play any more there.
Doesn't matter which symbol is on it?
It's going to make a difference for bonuses. So this will have to do with just scoring towards the end of the game.
So you want to try to put the same color with the same color?
You should try to, yes, okay. But it's not necessary. So, like, and then at the end, so if I get this at the end, when we go to score, so when it gets to this, I will move this token forward 1 for what's on the top, and I'll score 3 points. Then you do the second one, I move this one over, I score 3 points. I do this, score 3 points. Then you check at the bottom. If this is at least at 2, I would then score this. So if my foo was over here on the 2, then I would score 5.
Oh, it's this symbol. Okay.
Yep, and then I score 1 per each one. So playing this on, like this on turn 1, there's probably no way I'm going to have, with this order, there's no way I would absolutely have that. But by playing it on Wednesday, I may have played something else. It may have moved it to there. I may have moved my conversation. So yeah, the bottom of the card is going to dictate your final score. And some of them are going to be something like this one, just showing if I have that symbol on one of my cards, then I score. And that's a different way to do it. The other thing is going to be, if you, every time you go from one city to the other, you'll have to play a train token at the end of the game. You get 1 start token, which has absolutely nothing on it, doesn't cost you anything. Otherwise, you will normally have -2 points. So, like, at the end of the day, I go from Tokyo to Kyoto, I have to lose 2 points for taking the train. Not too bad, you're going to have to bounce back and forth. But what you don't want to do, generally, is you don't want to do this. Because then it would be 2 points, 2 points. And then if you go to another one, you might have to, based on what cards you have in your... I mean, you're always going to have 1 card from each hand, but if you get cards into the game and you don't line stuff up right, you might get stuck. Or it might be beneficial for the bonus. This maybe has 4 symbols or something. Maybe it'll really help you and it's worth that -2 points. So that's a possibility there as well. I want to put those back on the top. The other thing you can do is if you don't like one of your cards, you can always go for a walk. So if you put that down, wherever you put it, whether it's on the top, the bottom, whatever, at the end of the game when you're scoring, when you go for a walk, you'll draw a card face down, so you won't see what it is. And at the end of the game, you'll flip it over, and you'll be like, oh yeah, that really helps me here. If not, you can turn it back over, and you score less points, because you only get 1 point. For scoring, and you get a walk token, just to show that it was walking, but you get 1 energy. But then you only gain 2 points if this is on the bottom. So if it's like here, though, then it's not an issue. But maybe you don't like what it is. So it is an option if you really don't like one of your 2 cards. you can opt to do a walk card instead, but then you get a random one at the end. And then if anything ever tells you to grab one of these are your research tokens. So if you have one of these, if you play a card that gets one, you can spend it to draw 3 cards and then immediately discard 3 cards. This is basically giving you, hey, I can look at what's coming up, researching, and then get rid of 3. Again, you have no cards at the end of your turn. If you still have any of these at the end of your turn, they're worth 1 point. So if you get some and you don't spend them, that's fine. There are things that might get you wild tokens, which just lets you end up spending them to move any one of your extra tokens, because sometimes you need those. And then these points here are for scoring at the end of the game. So if you get anything past 4, you get 4 points. Anything past 7, you get 8 points for each one. So moving some versus others does make a difference. This is your happiness tracker. So if you play a card, for example, like this one, which has double negative yen money on there. So I play this, instead of moving one of these tokens, I move this over 2. If this ever hits that spot, then you go up and now you lose 3 points because you got too stressed out. And then this has to move again, it goes back to the center. Now it could possibly go 2 this way, then 2 this way, and then put it back in the center. So balancing that's, which direction will get you points. But you can see like this one at the end, if it's at the bottom, you'll lose 2, but then you'll gain 4 the other direction. So depending on where you are at that, if you were way over here when you got that, and you lost 2, go here, and then go like 1, 2, and then you got 1, 2, 3, So different scoring options there. There is also a special train, which is called the fancy train, I believe. I might be wrong on that. But it's the opposite side of the other one. Sometimes you'll earn this as a bonus, get you 2 points, and some happiness, because you're not taking the crappy crowded train, you're taking the nice fancy train. I'm trying to think of what else there is. That. So that's one way to earn it, is by using those. Let me remember exactly. Those are day bonuses. It says whenever a player places a 3rd activity card, so when you play a 3rd one, you get to do one of the 3 bonuses. So check for bonuses by counting the number of favorable conditions for that day. So that's where these come in. So if I played, for example, let's go back to this one. If I played this, I would only have 1 symbol for each, and none of them would match that, so I wouldn't get a bonus. If I played it on here, I would have 1 that matches, so I'd get 1 happiness. If you play one that has at least 3 symbols that match, you get a train, or you could get a walk token, or a walk card, an extra walk card, without the extra research. So I would actually put an extra card on there, so you gain some extra, possibly an extra bonus, without having to, so you might have 4 things on a day. That's the only way to ever get more than 3. Does that kind of all make sense?
We'll figure
I know it's a lot. I haven't played it either, so I can't say for,
We'll figure it out. Sometimes you just gotta play.
Yeah. Well, so the whole end of the game is, like, as you play a card, you're going to kind of be like, I did this, and then you're going to kind of see where things move along on your track, and you're going to do stuff, and then at the end of the game, you're going to try and score everything. I believe, I just want to double check here, because this is always the one thing I got a little bit confused on. So draw cards, research, play cards, yes. Okay, bonuses, playing cards. Maximize points, going for a walk, bonuses, and then going on trips. Yeah, you move everything at the end of the game. So yeah, you're not moving stuff during your turn. So like just during the draw plays, you're just playing the cards. So alright, we will do this. We will draw 2 cards each. Whoops. I'm dumb. I'm already stupid.
Wait, no, 2 from...
1 from each. Yep.
From each play. Okay.
My brain was just trying to keep them separate. Okay. Alright, so then we can... No, we don't have to... If you want to discuss where we are, because it's the first game, that's fine. Otherwise, we can kind of switch at them. So yeah, the first card in each area, and second, it isn't really that important to an extent, because you can put cards above or below it. So that's how that goes. Alright. I'm going to pause my video quick. Alright, welcome to Let's Play Japan. Let's Go to Japan, Part 2. We are going to actually try playing the game now. So let's see how this goes. This is our first turn. We've each drawn one card each. We have to play one card, pass one card. Alright, so what do we want to start with? Oh, see, that one's not good for that symbol. But it could be good later on. Yeah, I don't really know for sure what to do for these. So,
Now my question is, do we start in Tokyo or are we in
you can
Kyoto?
start in either one.
Okay, so
Nope,
I
yeah.
didn't know if we're in one place, but you put your card somewhere.
No, you can
Then you go to
you
the
can
other
play
place.
any card wherever. I mean, if you like realistically, if you want, you could just play Tokyo cards. You would never have to touch the Kyoto if you don't want to, or vice versa. Okay, gamble. I'm gonna go to the palace on my unique trip day, and then we'll pass that one to you. Yeah, you might need more room too.
I ain't worried about the room.
I mean, you're kind of stacking them on top of each other, so maybe not as much, but.
I'll just take a hike out of town.
Okay. Oh, I didn't explain those ones. Those are the yellow cards.
Oh, we did.
Sorry, I forgot all about those. So the yellow cards are not treated as one or the other for the purpose. So yeah, that's technically could be, so you can put Tokyo or Kyoto next to either one of them, and you don't have to take a train to get to it.
Because you're just going outside the city, so it can
Correct.
be either one.
It can be either one. Now the back of the card obviously says Tokyo on it, so if you're taking a walk, it counts as a Tokyo card, but it could be considered either one for the purpose of this. All right. So then what we do is we each draw another one. We advance our Dharma. I see. I was like doing the video. I was like, I know it's a D name. I can't remember it, and I should because I have the little game with them. All right, what do we got here? Ooh. So that's the thing. Notice with the bottom, some of them have like maybe really hard to get things, so you might put that on the bottom.
I would have gone to this one, but I couldn't go to it.
It's like the bottom one's down here. If it's that last one, when you activate it, you'll get to do that. Like that's how many you have on your track. You don't get them. So you move. This is the one that moves them. This checks to see what you have. So like the bottom, you see like it shows like 3 cherry blossoms. That means you want your cherry blossom over 3 times by you get to that last card. Neither of these really work for me. But we will do this.
Shibuya is confusing.
Yes. Yeah. Man, it's 3,000 people. I'm like, no, thank you.
The train station was hard enough, especially when I went to it. It was under construction. I'm like, I can't find my exit.
I do like in the rules they state like they state when you go to like do your itinerary at the end, you should talk about what you do, and I strongly recommended that during my unboxing video. I was like some people might just be like, oh, I got 12 points, I got 13 points. I'm like, you're just gonna sit there and read how many points? Don't play this game. Just go buy a deck of cards, pull out 3 cards, count up how many cards you got, and look, I got 18.
I would have gone to the Studio Ghibli Museum,
Yes.
but I couldn't get tickets.
This is perfect. But do I put it there, or do I put it there? Don't rush on my account. I can't sit there and be like, oh, I know what I'm doing and I'm being awesome. Like, I might be doing terrible.
I think I'm just gonna keep giving you Kyoto cards, even though I love like Edo period and traditional stuff.
Yeah, that's what I talked about during. That's what I talked about during the unboxing. Was I like the idea that like people aren't really familiar with Japan. It's like you kind of see this, you learn about some of the different areas and cultural things and stuff. Plus, you see like Tokyo's more modern, where Kyoto's more like traditional. Or I kept saying like feudal. I mean, it might not be the exact. Yeah. And I know the other thing I brought up during is at the end of my one video is I said, I wonder if you could do this type of game with another place. Like the same idea. I'm gonna take a trip somewhere. Like, where am I gonna go? But I said, the thing is, I don't know enough about like any other countries to know like what big countries would have two cities that are close enough to each other, or at least relatively. You could do a thing where you could travel between them. I said maybe you could do possibly like United States. You could possibly do California, Hollywood, San Francisco. But I don't even know if that's accurate. Apparently, I just could do this.
Give me Kyoto.
I go a little here, a little there. Well, that one's hinging too much on that, so I'm going for that. Yeah, I said actually the other thought would have been like maybe a more elaborate version would have been New York, because instead of going from like one city to the next necessarily, you could go to the different districts. You got like Midtown, Queens, and the thing is you could change it a little bit to maybe be like, instead of having just -2 to take a train, maybe it'd have more like the one expansion where that areas are near this, they don't cost. And you kind of do something like that. Like, I don't know the layout of New York enough to know it, but like, example, if you're in Midtown, maybe it doesn't cost anything to go to like these couple of areas because they're next to it. You can essentially travel quick. But if you go to the farther ones, it would be a more advanced game. But all right, now we do this. We draw these 4, and then we play 2, and we pass 2. So you're gonna get 2 of your cards back. Oh, okay. What do I need? What do I need for symbols? You did not give me any symbols I really needed. That one. Oh crap! I forgot about that symbol. I should have played that one. Yeah. I think I'll get that one up and up quick.
I'll do
Yeah, let's do this. Going crazy here. It's alright.
We're gonna go back to Kyoto in Shibuya.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a bit of a train ride.
I like.
That's a few hours away.
I like to live dangerously. I mean, I could definitely. My problem is I keep looking at the bottoms too, and I'm just like, I haven't
even been looking up. I'm too busy looking at the pictures and what they're. I'm like, I want taiyaki.
Yeah.
I want sushi. I want to go everywhere.
All right.
I miss Tokyo. No.
Draw 2, pass 2.
Great.
I'm trying to like not draw. Like, yeah, I'm gonna mess this up.
Oh god. Okay.
Take those 4. I was just trying not to draw them like right next to each other just in case. Okay. All right, now we got a lot going on. Ooh, this one has to go here because I will definitely have some of those.
Playthough, you said?
Yes.
Playthough?
Yep. Yeah, I always kept getting confused on this because they show like the 2 cards, 2 cards, 2 cards, and I'm just like, wait.
I'm just gonna keep giving you Kyoto.
I was like, wait, where do I get these extra cards? Because the one that says pick up the stack, my brain didn't think that you had to play 2 cards. Okay, so now remember, once you play your third one, then you get one of these bonuses. And then you can't play any more in that stack. So if you play one in either of these 2, if they don't match the blossom or the food symbol, then you get 2 resources or a wild token. Okay.
I'll just throw that on there.
This turn, now you pick up these 4 and go back through them.
Is it still 2 and 2?
Yes. This is actually a neat way to with the playing and passing. I like the idea of it because in that way you're not going through the entire deck every game. Like you could literally take all of these cards at the end, set them aside, and probably play like 2 or 3 more games if you're only playing a 2-player game. Alright, what do I got here? Ooh, I need a lot of those. But where do I need them? Over here, you can play them on top or bottom, so you can always swap them around in case you don't like whatever. Like if you don't like this, you can always play your other one underneath if you want to keep that, or if you don't like that bonus, you can play it underneath
So
or
I
in
can
between.
switch the cards.
You can put your new card in any of the spots.
Okay.
You can't swap these 2 around. So like right now, if you don't like this bonus, you can put the card on top of it. But if you really like that bonus, you can put the other one in between or below. And it shouldn't make a difference in part 2 and 3. Right, 1 and 2 shouldn't make a difference. It's the third one that will make the difference for the order.
Damn it, Kyoto.
I could do this though, so like this. I'm gonna put this one there. I'm gonna score that, but I will score that in a minute because it's not gonna make a difference at the moment.
I guess I'm going to Kyoto. Steps.
Pass those 2. So now we have scored our 3. I just want to make sure I understand. So the first one, you can move your mood tracker 1 to the right. So you can move this over 1 if you want. That's your 1 option. Your 2 option is take 2 research tokens from the supplies, which will let you either score a point at the end of the game, or you can draw 3 cards. You don't have to use them immediately. Or take 1 wild. Will let you move any one of these 1 space extra at the end of the game. So that could help fix like one of your things later on. Or the third option, if you have 3+ icons, you can do 1 luxury train or go on an extra walk. So you scored 2 here, so you get to pick 1 or 2. So if you're really trying to go for the extra happiness points, which you already have 2 of them, you have a green one. You can go for the wild.
Token.
And get you a wild token. I have 3. I am going to take a fast train to hopefully fix some of this mess I made.
Yeah, going to Kyoto and Tokyo.
I'll just set that up there for the moment. You do get 1 free train. That is the start.
Mm-hmm.
So you get one of those no matter what. So you don't. It's actually technically I'll just give you that because you get one of those to begin with, just so we don't forget. So that's 1 free movement. So if you have, I can't find another one in here. So yeah, if you change from like right here, you could use that on that one. I'm spilling them all over the place. All right, we are at This one flips it around, if I believe, so I think we go the other direction, but for 2 players, it probably doesn't mean a whole lot, does it? But I like to just double check to make sure I'm understanding that right. Yeah, it doesn't actually tell me in here. Oh yeah, but you can buy a circle area instead pass the cards to the player on the right, so it's not going to make a difference for us. So, draw 2.
Aha. I'll figure it out. Oh. Me. Oh. To a themed cafe. What is it, boy?
Why didn't you pay attention to what that bonus does?
I don't remember nothing.
Oh, I need to get my conversations up higher. So why don't we do this?
All I know is I'm losing because I just pay attention to the pretty pictures.
Past those 2, I'm going to get another thing. I think I am going to grab another train because I'm going to so many places.
It's a good thing there isn't an expansion for like Osaka or anything. Then you'd be really screwed.
I know, I was just debating if I wanted a wild token. I'm just kind of looking at my different things. It's like, oh, do I need to move any of these? But I think I'm fine. Okay. Yep. Pick up those 4. You're killing me with all these negatives. Everyone has a negative. Alright. I do also love the fact that this game has X number of turns. It's not like, oh, you just play until you get bored, or someone gets 1,000 points and wins like 10 turns earlier. I just like that as an idea.
I guess I'm going back to Kyoto. No, you better do that.
I'm gonna get some major unhappiness in here. That's my problem. That's a good one.
You can do it.
I screwed myself on this one. I thought this was a good bonus, and I realized it's for only being in Kyoto, and I'm like, well, I kind of ruined that one already. So, let's try that. Pass those 2, and then we just play those 2.
Just these 2?
Yep, we draw those 2 and then play those 2. Oh, I remember this card.
I remember this one. You get behind class.
Oh wait, no, I didn't do that. Wait,
You fucked up your.
I completed this one. I completed 3 of these. I should have 3 different tokens. I completed this at some point. Okay, so I'm gonna take a wild token for that one. You completed another one over there.
Oh yeah, I did.
So you have 3 of them. So do you want a?
Better take a train.
Do you want a train?
I don't know if I need a paper ticket.
It won't hurt even for just even. You got 2 spots. You can cover both your train spots.
Problem is,
Yeah.
now I got these two.
You can always do a walk.
That's right.
Let me check to see if the walk. I think the walk can be from either one, but let me double check just to make sure.
I'm not used to back sides of cards.
Yeah, it is different. They decide to leave part of Japan, go for a walk by discarding one card from their hand to the face-up discard pile, taking the top card without looking from either deck. So there you go. So if you don't want to go, we can just discard it, which would go in this little narrow, tiny hole I didn't make here.
I'm supposed to do 2, right?
Yeah. So if you want to walk, you can discard one, and then go for a walk. You can place it down. You want to discard both and do 2 walks? Yeah, go ahead. So we'll put them face up just so we know that they're those, and then you take these 2 and you have to put them face down like that. You don't know what they're going to be, but that's going to complete 2 of it. Now, pay attention what your bottom bonus is. Because if you're trying to achieve this, putting that walk on there means you're only going to get either what's on the other side or the 2.
I don't think that's good.
So it's saying if you've had two negative stress so far, which you haven't. 2 positive stress, which you will once you play a walk, because your walk will give you 1 on the top of your back card because you have 1. No, it's 2 energy. Sorry, you won't have 2 of those. You will have scored that one at the bottom because you'll have 3 yellows so far, and you will have scored this one for having 2 foods at least. So I would not cover up either of those 2. So now you could opt to just cover up both of them and take the risk because you're not going to score them. So either you can see what's on the other side, or you can at scoring time you'll see what's on the other side, or you will.
So they go on top.
Yeah, or you'll get 2 points at least.
Okay.
And then you'll also get your bonuses for having 2 and 2, so you get 2 more options for your second bonus. Now I have to play mine. I can look at these. Sorry, I flipped them over to look at the walk side, and I thought I just had 2 walk cards in my hand. Oh, actually, I like that one. I'm going to do 1 for that one. And I want that bonus, but I don't want this card at all.
I didn't want it either.
I'm
not going to go all the way to Kyoto to learn how to cook.
I think I will take a walk, but we'll put it at the... Ooh. Actually, we'll put it here because I gained that bonus. So I have 2 and 3. So you get 2 of your 2s, so you can get extra wild tokens, which will help you move stuff, or you can get the draw 3, discard 3 tokens, which are worth 1 point at the end of the game.
Draw 3.
So you can spend these tokens, you draw 3 cards from either deck or combination, look at what 3 cards you have in junction wherever your hand is, then discard 3 cards. So you're still down to the same number of cards you would have had originally, which is giving you more options. This late in the game, I don't know if it's worth it because we only have like 2 more sets of cards to play.
I'll just take wilds.
Okay. And then I have a 2 and a 3. I think, I don't know if I need a wild. I don't really need another train. I got 3, 4. I get 1 more train that would cover all my train spots. But an extra walk might not be bad either. You know what? Let's try it. Let's try a walk token. And a wild. Now, how exactly do these walk tokens work? I think you just use them at the end, if I'm correct. Go on an extra walk. Oh, add a face down card to that day. So if I take an extra walk, take a bonus, simply takes a face down card, place it face down. So there are 4 cards in a column. We're respecting placement. Okay, and I just put this token on it. makes sense to do this at.
Oh.
Yeah, I know I'm just trying like what symbols do I have for what? I probably want to play it earlier on to get more bonuses. I'll put it in my first
That's
day.
what I was gonna say.
We'll exhaust, but I'll put it here because I do like my bottom bonus. And I gotta put a walk token on there just to show that I went for a walk. Just so we know that's why I have a 4th card out there.
Right.
Okay. So then we draw 1 card, play 1 card. Why do I think we messed up somewhere?
I think we did. But I couldn't tell you.
No, we might be fine. It just seems like we're 1 card ahead of what we're supposed to be, but all right. Ooh. I promise I looked at the bottom before I looked at the top, and I'm like, oh, that's really good. And I'm like, wait, but I like that bonus. So did you score a bonus on one of those?
I don't know.
You have 1, because you have 1 blue token that matches your Thursday. So you gotta move your green token over 1. Your purple goes over into 1 green, so you're a little bit closer to being happy.
How John?
Well, I'm gonna pass you that one. I'm gonna play this. I just gotta figure out where I want to play it. I guess I'm gonna play it under this one. Okay, so then we have. Yeah, but it says draw 2.
That's a draw too?
We're supposed to have 2 cards in our discard pile.
So where'd we mess up?
Oh, I think with that last one, this one, we didn't discard 1. So what we'll do is we'll just take 1 card each. That's where we screwed up. That's why I was confused. Oh, I guess here.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, you probably want Tokyo. I'll take Kyoto.
Yeah, I'll just see.
That's where we messed up because we got confused with the walks that threw us off. So when you drew them 2 walk cards, you were still supposed to discard 1 of them, not play both of them.
Gotcha.
And I did the same thing. So that's why I was like, these card numbers aren't adding up because we should be out of cards at this point. I still think we screwed up somewhere, to be honest, because we're supposed to not. We have 1 more turn left, but I don't know where we messed up at.
I'm just gonna throw this shit down here. Let's just do that. I have no idea.
Yeah, we messed up somewhere because we have 1 extra turn of cards. I don't know why.
Well, what's this one?
So, here's a sec. I'm going to play. Oh, I guess I can just play it for this, can't I?
Because the last one shows.
And I get no bonuses for that, yeah. So what it is, you did pick. Last turn is you get pick 1 from whichever deck you want, and then you draw the last card.
Okay, Tokyo.
So you take a Tokyo, I take whatever, I'll take a Kyoto. But the problem is I think at some point we messed up because we're supposed to play 1 and then discard the last one. But we don't have any spots open.
So should we just ignore these? Because we messed up?
Yes, because we messed up somewhere. Because that's what would have happened.
I'll just leave those in my corner and just not touch them.
Yeah, I don't know where we screwed up because we had, play, pass, play, pass, play, pass, play, pass. And then we played 2, played 2, played 2, played 2, played 1, played 1, played 1, played 1. Right? Because you would have played 4 the first round, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you would have played 2, played 2, played 2, played 2. Then the green section, we would have played 1, played 1, played 1, played 1. I don't know. We messed up somewhere. I knew this was going to happen by looking. I just got to look at it. I'm like, I know I'm going to mess that up somehow.
Well, you'll just have to go back through the footage and find out and then put little text in the video being like, this is where I messed up.
Okay. All right, so now we get a score. So we're gonna score for each day, and we'll just we'll go like Monday, then we'll go Tuesday. I do need to keep track of points though. Where's my pencil?
I don't know. There wasn't one on the table.
There it is. I'm actually just gonna grab a sheet of paper.
Yeah, don't ruin the nice book.
Well, it has all the pages for it, but I know I'm gonna sit there and have to like mark and mark and mark. I did it again.
Yeah. Well, you were right. It's my nickname.
I know. But I wanted to make sure I had room. I just wrote it too close.
Oh my god.
Fine. Gosh. Okay. So, alright, on Monday, I am going to go for a walk. So I will gain a little bit of happiness. It's a good way to start off a trip, right? Go take a walk, and I gain 1 point for my my Neko kitty cat, my Neko wafer. Then I visit the. I'm gonna butcher all these because I don't have the little things to look at. The Otagi Nenbutsuji Temple. And that moves me my shrine over 1, and I gain 3 points. And followed up by that, hey, I'm gonna go visit the Otagi Nenbutsu Temple again. I loved it so much I visited it twice, right after each other. I stayed there for a long time. I didn't even realize I did that. I was just like, and then finally I will go to the Kaji Temple, which will move my cherry blossom over and my other one, and I gain 2 more points. And I score at the bottom. So it says become immersed in there, which I must because I've been to 3 temples on my first day. Well, 2 temples. I just stayed at the one a long time because I was immersed. But since I have no shopping bonuses, I get to score. Since I have no shopping bonuses as of right now, I score 5 more points. And I get to move my cherry blossom 1 spot. Alright, what did you do on Monday?
I went to Kanza Shrine.
Okay.
And then
So let's move your spear icons 1 at a time. So you move your shrine over. You scored 4 points right off the bat. Look at that. First one, you've already scored 4.
then I went to Kyoto for Nanzenji Temple.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
We forgot to place our trains and use our wild tokens. So let's back up a sec.
You got excited?
I did. I forgot what that step. So we gotta place all our trains in any spot you changed. So you can use the ones you currently have, then any ones you have left over, we have to use the negative ones. So it's any time in between when you swap between 2 locations. So I'm gonna have to put 1 bad one right there. And then you were good. Because you only you'll have 1 more.
No, I didn't choose.
From here to here. And then when do we use our wild tokens? Before we get too far, do we? Yeah, I just want to check if we have to use them right away or it's always that thing you miss, right? It's these little things that's the thing about playing a game the first time, right? You just miss them because you're like, I do this, I'm excited to score. Alright, wild tokens. When a player goes on a trip with a foul on, they can discard a wild token at any time and move an experience token 1 space. Okay. So that's helpful because like it wouldn't have made sense for me to move my shopping during the first one because I needed that bonus. But then later on, if I decide, oh, I'm like 1 short to score, I can spend a wild token. So spend it when you think you're going to need it. You have 3 of them, so that'll be very helpful for you. All right, let's go back to your day. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, that's fine. I'm at Nanzenji Temple in Kyoto, and then I go to Nisho Castle.
You scored 3 points, so move your shrine forward 1. And then Nisho, you did move your blossom 1, and you scored 3 more points. And then on the bottom, you're not going to get that bonus because you don't have 2 shopping and 2 food. And there's no way you could get that right now.
I just like the picture.
Yeah. I mean, you could spend your tokens, but you couldn't spend 4 of them. Alright, then I go to day 2. After I leave the temple, I am going to go tour the sake district in Kyoto, which will move my food forward 1, gave me 4 points. Then I'm going to take the train and go to the sushi at Shizuki. I don't like you anymore. Kajuki Market. I like how I spent all day at temples, and the next day, let's go get drunk and eat food. Hey, I score another point there. I get a negative on my shrine meter. I don't know why I got negative for going to the sushi market.
Because you're up at 3, 5 in the morning to go there?
Maybe.
If it's the fish market I thinking of, then yes. You're stressed.
I'm gonna redo this. I don't want to do these. I'm gonna do 1, 3, 2, 5, and you were at. I think I'm gonna mess up doing scratch marks. Is my problem.
Yep.
So I'm gonna miscount and I'm gonna also be off. Yeah, and then I go back to another temple. It's temple day, temple week, I guess. Get them out of the way first.
There's thousands of them.
I know, it's...
In one tiny little...
So, in Kyoto, I go to the Sensoji Temple and Nakamasi. I know I said that wrong. So that moves my food 1, my shrine 1, and I get 2 more points. And it says, try some snacks along the Nakamasi. So I'm going to eat some more food. That's why I went there. I didn't go there to the temple. I was hungry. So as long as I have 2 food, which I do, and I have 2 shrines, I gain 3 points, plus 1 per each food. So I have 1, 2, 3 more. That was my day 2. That was my Tuesday. Where are you at?
I went for some conveyor belt sushi, which is kaiten sushi, and then I had some taiyaki, and then I went for a walk.
Okay, well, let's do day 1. So you're going to gain 2, but you're going to get -2 for your train. So I'm just not even going to write that down. You're going to get to move your happiness up 1 because you spent money or saved money. And then move your food token. And then day 2, next one?
Went for a walk.
Nope, next one, 3. So you're getting 3. You're going to move your food token again. So now you went on a walk. So now what you get to do is you get 1 point for your walk. I believe you score your walk. Let me double check again. Sorry. Make sure we score walks properly.
There's a lot of rules.
I think you get the backside. When a player comes upon a face-down walker's walk, they place it in a turn, they reveal it, and decide whether to play it. Activate the face-up card. If they order the face-down, in which case then they get the bonuses. Okay, so you don't get that bonus yet unless you keep the token. So you get to pick up that card and decide either you can get these bonuses, 1 energy and a walk, or you can get. Oh, and you could get your 2 bonus tokens too.
Oh, it's a Harajuku.
Okay.
But I don't get any extras.
So now, wait a sec though. Because you already have your shrine at 2, and you're going to get 1 for your shopping. You could spend 1 of your wilds to move your shopping, up an extra space too, and you could get that bonus. Generally, it's better anyway, because you're going to get 3 instead of 1 at the bottom and 1 at the top. Because otherwise, you'd only get 3 total. You're going to get 3 anyhow. So we'll get you 3 for that. The reason why it might not have been good is if it would have been, good job, like if it would have been going to Kyoto, because then you would have lost another 2 for having to take the train ride.
1?
Yep. And then so at the bottom, you would need 2 shopping, 2 shrine. Now you spent your wild token, so you can move your shopping another 1. So now since both of them are at 2, what's it say you're doing? I can't read that small text.
Walk to nearby Togo Shrine.
Okay, so you're going to a shrine too. So you score another 3 points. And then it says, and 1 per each shrine. So your shrines are at 2. So now this is where you could opt spend another wild if you really wanted to move it, or you could just get the 2 points.
I'll do 2 points in case I need those wilds later.
Okay, so that actually worked out really well for you. All right, day 3. We're on Wednesday. We are going to go watch sumo. Wheel. And move that. I'm gonna cost some more money. I'm having a stressful trip apparently, but I did gain 4 points for it. Then I'm gonna take the train though, but I spent some money. Going on a fancy train, so I'm gonna get 2 more points, and I get to move this back to the center at least. And I'm going to the. I hate this one. The Kokidera Temple. No?
I love you.
Am I? How off am I? Kokidera.
No. Give me the card.
Kokidera.
Give me the card.
That's what it says.
Give me the card.
It says
Give me the card.
Kokidera.
Kokidera.
That's what I said.
Ah.
I'm American. I don't have an accent. Alright, I get no points for that, but I know. I get to move these over, I get to move my shrine over, and I lose some more money. I haven't hit negatives, so I'm good with that.
At least get the next one right. At least try.
Nigel? No, it's Niho Tasso.
Is it?
Yeah, Niho.
Is it an H?
Well, it's a J-O.
Sure.
Nijo. Shut up.
Sure. This is fun.
By the Karaman Gate. So I gained 3 more points. I just what gave you those points.
Just give it to me.
And I did move my cherry blossom 1 more. Then my bottom, I tour the gardens. So if I have 3 blossoms, which I have 5, I gain 3 more points. And I gain 1 per each shrine, which is another 5. Alright. You are on Wednesday. What are we doing on the first one? Let's do one at a time.
Hike outside of town.
Okay, so you gain 3.
Is
So
that a negative?
Yep, you have negative stress. You have to move your happiness tracker back 1. And you move your blossoms forward 1.
Okay, and I go to Miyashita Park.
Okay, so 2 more points.
And then I go for a walk.
Move your tokens.
Oh,
Yep.
that one?
Yep, and the yellow one.
Oh,
Both the ones on the top of the card.
Oh, okay. And then I go for a walk.
Okay, so now you gotta decide what you want.
Yakitori! Omoide yokocho.
Okay, so you're gonna keep that. You get 2
Yeah,
points.
I'll do
And then you're gonna move your food over 1. And you're gonna move your conversation over 1. At the bottom it says
that. Order like the locals.
if your food is at 2 and your thing is at 2, you gain 5 points to 1. So your food is only at 1, or your conversation is only at 1, but you can spend a while to move it, which gets you 5 points plus 1 for each one. So you can get 7 points for that.
Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
You got 3 of them.
2. Now I got 1.
Oh yeah, you had 3.
I had
So
3.
scoot your 1 over. So you're getting 7 points because you get 5 for the total bonus and then 1 for each conversation, which is at 2. So it's like you're getting the big bonuses at the bottom, which I'm not really hitting
I
as
wasn't
much.
even looking at
I know. Well, yeah, you got lucky with
I
the
was just
walks
looking at
too.
the yummy pictures.
All right, I'm going to Ponto Chow. Still in Kyoto. I love that I'm hanging out in Kyoto for the most part. You're in Tokyo.
You're just hours away.
This is how we go on vacation together. You go to that town, I'm going over here. I'll come back to meet you when I wanted food, which is all you're doing
We'll meet up for lunch.
Because all you're doing is eating, so I'll be able to find you.
Can you blame me?
Yeah, move each one of those over. And I scored 2 points. And I'm going to a 10-day festival. I don't know what kind of festival, just a festival. I have a pretty geisha picture on there. Major festivals in Kyoto are Eo Matsuri, Gion Matsuri, and Jaida Matsuri. I don't speak the language. Leave me alone. 2. And then I'm going to, hey, look, I'm going to a Kyoto Imperial Palace. Gives me some more happiness. 4 points. And it says, Tour Sento Imperial Palace. I thought I could go just the specific one. So as long as my conversation's at 2, which it is, I gain 2 cats per each blossom and shrine together. So 1, 2, 3. So 6 points. Alright, you are up on Thursday.
First I stay at a really nice hotel, but it's expensive.
Okay, we get 6 points.
And I go down, right?
Yep.
And Sensoji Temple and Nakamise.
So 1 point. You move all 3 of those symbols.
And then Sumo. I go watch Sumo. So that
Both.
was expensive.
Watch. Okay, so I'll move that tracker back
And
down.
score ringside seats.
Move your conversation over. And then, yep, since you have 2, 2 of those, you get 6 points. Plus, you get to move your conversation 1 more. Like how you're moving all of yours. Like, just. I haven't shopped once, not talking to people. I'm just shrines and taking a walk.
I'm doing stuff.
You're doing everything. I'm just like, no, forget that. Alright, we are on Friday. Alright, I take the fancy train. We're going back to Tokyo. So it gained me 2 more points, and I gained a little bit of happiness. Alright. Daikanyama. I'm finally going shopping. Took me till Friday. I'm going to spend 3 points. And I'm going to go shopping in Shibuya. Shibuya. I got 4. I gotta move my shopping token again, but it cost me money, of course. And then I'm gonna leave. I did some shopping. I want to go to the Kyoto Tower, so I'm gonna get minus 2 points. I would have gained 4 there, so I'll just do 2 to make that easier. And it says, as well, I get days at the city's famed temple, so I have 3 shopping, so I have exactly 3. I get 2 per every combination of my shrines, which I had last time, which was 6.
I think you're winning.
I planned it. Yeah, I'm doing well. Lots of mine are 2s and 3s.
No,
You
I
have.
page and numbers.
I know. You have 6s and 7s. You're doing fine. It's my gamer brain. I just know how to like math these puzzles out.
I'm just.
Yeah, it's fine. It's the first time though. You're on Friday. What are you doing?
I'm visiting Anime Museum.
Anime Museum.
I'm going to
Move your tokens.
Going to a themed cafe. Just serves cats.
Oh yeah, I think it just has the cats on there.
Yeah, it's just any themed cafe. And then I'm gonna go get food from Kobini. And it's expensive.
It's cheap. Yep. You didn't spend a lot of money.
Happy end.
Yeah, we're gonna move your purple token over. Just in case that it'll trigger for you at the end, because you have a lot of green ones towards the end.
And buy some limited edition snacks to bring home. So.
Yep. So you get 7 points there, and then you get to move your shopping 1 more. Awesome. Yeah, you're gonna score some big bonuses at the end. I feel. All right, we are on Saturday. I have a walk. I forgot I had one.
Oh yeah, stack card.
I had one there too. I probably could have used as well. My first card. I forgot about that.
You're in Kyoto. You're fine. You're gonna learn how to make food.
Yeah, I know. I'm good. The negative thing, I'm just making sure it wasn't gonna hit me. Just so I don't lose points. That's why I was checking. Because the other one's probably better overall.
I would probably just go for it.
No, I'll flip it over. I'll take a cooking class for 3 points. I'm gonna move my food up, my negativity down, spend more money. And I go back to the Kyoto Imperial Palace. I did not have enough of this palaces. I had to go back. Keep duplicating all these. I gain a little bit of happiness back, so it evens me back out. I can spend money going there at least. And then finally, I do the Philosopher's Path, which moves my Cherry Blossom up. I gain a negative. And it says, find new meaning in life. That's a great way to end my trip. If I have at least 4 shrines, which I do, I gain 8 points. And a wild token. I didn't use any of my damn wild tokens. That's on me, I guess. Because I could have gotten some good bonuses from those.
Do you want to go back? Change some things?
Well,
You're still there. It's still your
I can
vacation.
still use them.
Okay.
Because all I would have done is I would have moved these guys up 1, and I wouldn't have gained any extra points because it had to be per every 2. Or per every 1. I think I would have gained 2 more points out of it. Would have been the whole thing. But what I can do though is, because I actually have 3 tokens. Now I'm gonna spend. It's my last day. I'm gonna spend 2 of them to move this up to here, and I'm gonna spend the last one to move this to here because I gained that extra bonus for that. That's all my stuff they needed to trigger. Alright, it is your day.
So I go to the Imperial Palace Gardens.
Okay. So you're going to gain some happiness as well. And how many points is that? 3?
Yes. And
Okay.
then I go visit a rescue cat cafe.
Okay, for 2.
Yes. And is that a happiness?
Yep, you get happiness. So now that that's hit that spot, now you get to move your little happiness tracker there, so you gain those bonus points.
And then I take a train. It's got a nickel and
So you get an extra 2, and you get another happiness, which just moves that back to the center.
and I go to Kyoto to an onsen.
Yep, so you're going to get 2 more.
2 happies. And
1 more point.
reinvigorate. Never said that word in my life. That's got negative.
You got double negative stress.
Yeah.
So move your purple token back to the center.
Which is weird because you go to an onsen to relax.
Yeah.
But,
Maybe you were trying to relax so hard you stressed out.
Yeah, well, hot water.
You get 5 points.
And then 1 nickel per happy.
So yeah, it doesn't help you then because
No.
you went back to 0, but you would have been at the other one. Actually, that might trigger for each icon, not your actual meter. Let me double check that because that could be a lot of points for you if it's for icons. That's triggering those, triggering those. For any bonus requirement, choose a mood tracker icon. Let's take a look at the luxury trains. Look at their cards and luxury train tokens rather than their mood tracker to see if they've met the requirement. Since the mood tracker moves both left and right. Okay, so it's saying the player scores 5 points plus 1. They check on their card per point on their interior up until that card, including those used on the luxury train tokens. So you're gonna get 1 for each energy token that is that symbol, that is that direction. So you have 4 there, plus 1 on your train. So you're gonna gain 5 extra points.
Okay.
So that worked out really well for you. You also have 1 wild token left. So what you can do is use that to move 1 of your tokens. So my best thing would say to move 1 of these up to the 8 slot. It doesn't matter, you're not going to score anything else anyhow. Or you can move this one to the 4. It doesn't, because it's 4 and 4 either way.
Damn it.
You're a very terrible throw. So you okay. And then you'll have those as well to score at the end. Alright, so now we're at the scoring phase. Everything's done. So we have to add all of these up. I'm just going to look at the book to make sure. So it has a list for scoring Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. That's why I probably could have just used the book and done it that way. But let me add all of these up as dumb as possible. Oh, we're supposed to add our trains later on, I guess. Oh well,
Eh.
I added them all now. That's fine. I'm just adding everything up. Alright, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. $81. And you have 10, 16. Holy crap. So look at that. Just by what we scored right now, you're only 1 point behind me. So Mrs. I'm the loser. Then we have to score points for our days. I have 3 8s. 3 times 8 is 16, 24.
Sorry.
You have 1 8 plus 2 4s. So you have 16. But then you also have a bonus under your happiness, sorry. So you gain an extra 5 there.
Okay.
And then you have 2 there, so it's an extra 7 total. I think we've scored everything then. Monday through Saturday, happiness, our points, our trains, and our bonuses. So 16. So be 23, so 103. And I have 105. Oh my gosh. That's pretty darn close. I only beat you by 2 points,
This time.
which isn't bad.
Did you calculate the books?
Yes, yep, that was your 5 plus your 2.
Make sure.
Yes. Yeah, for having never played this, having no idea what the heck we were doing, that wasn't bad at all. I mean, because again, like, these bonuses make a difference. You know, the health and wellness make a difference. I wonder what would have happened if I would have scored this. Obviously I would have gotten more points. Yeah, because happiness wouldn't have done anything for me, but I would have gotten 1 more point and 1 more shrine, which might have scored me more points later on. Also, if I would have used my wild tokens to trigger these, I could have gotten some more. I don't think there's anything else you could have done differently, really. Like, for what you had, like, you did fairly well at moving everything.
That's fine.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, like, you weren't really paying attention to your bonuses, so I think you got really lucky with your 2 walks, but
Yeah.
then again, we also screwed up with the playing and passing of cards somehow, so that made a difference. So, last thing I just want to show you this really quick before I end this. So this is the expansion, though, which adds Saturday. Or Sunday, sorry, rather. And then what's neat about Sunday, the couple of things are neat, because you can play on Monday or Saturday. You can change it up. But then you get the other locations. And then they're near Tokyo. But what also makes this a little bit trickier is because you play these at the beginning of the game. So if I play this on Thursday, then now I have to work around this. You can't play anything else on it. But it gains bonuses for the 2 days previous or the 2 days forward, or you could get just one of the other bonuses. It gives you, it kind of adds the neat element of you play it somewhere on your board, and then now you have to work around that as well. So it's like, hey, I kind of already have this. Instead, now you're planning a special trip to somewhere outside there, and now you have to plan your trip around that. That you're around your day trip, as it's called.
That's cool.
And if like you're near Tokyo, you don't have to spend traveling to go there, and then you're near that. So that's kind of a neat idea. And that's the other thing that's also slightly interesting about it is that so if I put it on Thursday, I then put my icon here and I move this to Sunday. So then now each person's tracking tokens won't be the exact same. It doesn't affect me versus you, but it does give us a different setup, which I think is kind of cool. And then the other thing that's neat is the passport expansion, because then you get all these different starting game or end game bonuses, which again is going to change how you play the game. I definitely want to play this like 1 or 2 more times before I introduce them, but some of these are freaking crazy. Like returning visitor, you just start with one of each of the experiences. It's definitely not bad. The planner, you start with 5 extra tokens. I think it's only for researching, but you get the points. 3 wild tokens. Like this one, each time your money moves your tracker, each time you move it 2 instead, and you score 1 for each at the end of the game. Or you start with 3 luxury train, which helps you move around a lot quicker. Or double your keys for the tokens, which means then you want to do more mood and that. Or double your highlight bonus. So some of these are really crazy. And then there's ones with Mount Fuji, which are a lot harder because they're end of the game things for the most part. Yeah. So for like each day you have 4 different experience token tracks score 6. So every time you get in there, you would have scored 6 points. Which like if you would have had that, you would have scored an extra 4 points, right? Or 2 points for each one of those. Which would have been crazy. Or at the end of the game, your experience track tokens score 13 instead of 8 and 22 instead of 12 or 15. So if you get all of these bunch of them maxed out, but again, it's going to be really hard to max out all of them because you'd have to get them up to these spots, but that's pretty crazy. Or let's say, you score 4 for each museum or class you take. So that'd be interesting. Like, I don't think I would have scored any of them. Well, I took a cooking class, but I don't think I visited any museums.
I did 1.
Yeah. Or 14 at the end of the game if you have an equal number of Tokyo and Kyoto cards.
That would be more new than me.
That'd be very tricky to do, though. Like, again, you have to plan that. And then there's that one for you.
Japanese.
Able to speak Japanese, is what it supposedly says. But yeah, no, I think these add an extra, like, neat element to the game. Like, I love the idea of both of these expansions. Like, oh, we played this a bunch. And then it's like, add these expansions in because now you have to, like, change your strategy up. And you could play with both of them. But then I also like just the fact is, like, even if we were playing a 4-player game, we probably only went through about half the deck. So you could literally take half the deck out and then replay a second game and not see the same cards. And since there's 2 of each card, for the most part, you're going to see some of them duplicate. I do need to sweep all these, but I did not buy nearly enough because it was like 160 cards.
Only 160.
Yeah. I didn't realize they were tarot-sized cards either. That's why I probably didn't buy sweeps for them. And then all the yellow ones, they have the same ones for each city, but they have different effects in them. But I also like the fact that, I got like my 2 temples. They have the same starting ability, but the end abilities are different. So I could play them and score them differently that way. No, but I think this is a really fun game. Like, reading the cards, learning about the stuff is also pretty cool too, but like, just in general, it's kind of relaxing little game. You're just kind of playing. You're not attacking each other. So that's kind of fun. I can get where you get the end where you're kind of just like, okay, I got point here, point here, point. You kind of want to get that way, but I think it's fun to take the time to read through each one and do each one at a time. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it.
I did.
I don't think it's a game I would necessarily be like, okay, let's shuffle up and play again immediately. I mean, I could see doing it if it's your full game night with people, but...
Yeah, I could play it again.
Yeah. I also could see it being like, hey, you have a game night, you play this, it took 13 turns, it took us a little bit longer, again, first time playing, and learning how to do stuff, but I think if we played it again, we didn't have to keep checking the rule book for stuff, we'd probably be flying through. I know the box is about 45 minutes, we probably spent closer to hour and a half on it. But that's also because we had to keep checking things and trying to explain things. But yeah,
keep playing it.
Yeah, you play it more than one. Any game is never going to be the box time on the first time playing through. But yeah, as you keep playing it, you just... I think the only thing it gets through is trying to avoid that analysis paralysis of like, oh, what do I do here? What do I do here? But I think that gets mitigated a lot by the fact that you only have, like, for the most of the part, you only have, like, 2 cards in your hand. So do I do this or do I do this? Like, if you were constantly like, oh, I have 5 cards in my hand, but I have to play 1. You would sit there and constantly be like, okay, if I do that, you'd be in your head so much. But knowing that you only have 2 cards or 4 cards at most, it's really easy just to be like, oh, okay, I have one or the other. Like you were like, I'm staying in Tokyo, so you're pretty much like, I'm just gonna chuck the Kyoto one off to the side, and then now you just gotta figure out where it goes. I think the only thing you didn't do as much as you probably should have looked at more is looked at your bottoms to see which if the current card you had would have been better.
I tried, but I didn't really know.
Yeah,
what
like I mean, like
really
this first
did.
one you threw on there, like if you had swapped to this one, wouldn't have helped you at all. But like you put this one at the bottom, again, wouldn't have helped you at all. So none of them would have made any difference for you at the first one. But I think that's the hindrance of the first one anyhow. You have to almost pick something with low points to be your last one. Because I think all the rest of my bottoms, none of them would have scored. None of yours on the bottom would have scored either. So, I mean, like 12 points would have been pretty sweet.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's where you kind of caught right back up to me is getting all them big ones. I had a lot of numbers, but I had a lot of 2s and 3s. You got them 6s and 7s in there. Which made a big difference. I think my big comeback was right here, though, because I had 3 of them, and you only had the 1. But yeah, you couldn't have really done that any different, because if you wouldn't have used your wild tokens to move the other things, you wouldn't have got those bonuses, which were 6 and 7s, which I guess you could have traded a 6 or 7 there for an 8 there, but then again, if you didn't move one of these earlier, that might not have been close enough at the end. The only thing I don't get about the game, which I do find kind of odd, is they say one player picks the order of the things, and then everyone else matches it. I don't know why it makes a difference for each icon to be the same. I don't know why it doesn't say each player plays their icons how they want. Or I get not having them always in the same one, because it's cool to kind of change them up, so you're not seeing the exact same cards in the same columns every time. But I don't know why it makes any difference for each player to be on the same, because you don't interact with each other's boards at all. Which would be a completely different game. Sabotage someone's vacation. The versus system in here.
Yes.
Flatten this guy's tire. He has to take the train. Rob this guy. He gets 3 negativity. You gain 2 happiness.
Well, that was fun.
It's a different game.